Hormones are chemicals that are secreted into the bloodstream to directly regulate the activities of various tissues in the human body. For example, insulin hormone secreted by the pancreas attaches to insulin receptors present in each cell, and helps to facilitate the entry of glucose dissolved in the bloodstream into the cell. On the other hand, cortisol hormone secreted by the adrenal cortex inhibits the action of insulin, leading to an increase in blood sugar levels. In addition, the hormone called IGF-1 secreted by the liver stimulates the growth and proliferation of cells, promoting the regeneration of damaged cells, while also acting similarly to insulin. Thus, the human body secretes a wide variety of hormones, which can help each other's functions or inhibit specific functions, while maintaining homeostasis in the body. Meanwhile, the brain and autonomic nervous system play the role of a supervisor, finally controlling the diverse hormones secreted to maintain homeostasis in the body. Therefore, in stroke patients with brain damage due to cerebral hemorrhage, complications such as hypertension or diabetes symptoms may occur because the nervous system responsible for supervising and maintaining blood glucose and blood pressure levels has been damaged. The reason we can enjoy peaceful daily life without any worries is that the autonomic nervous system and hormone system are finely regulating numerous functions in the body without any error, ensuring homeostasis. Diseases begin when even a minor part of these automatic regulatory systems, which are designed much more precisely than supercomputers, loses its control function. And if problems with minor control functions, which may seem trivial, persist for a long time, they can gradually spread to other areas through a chain reaction of dysfunction in the control functions of other parts of the body. The metabolic syndrome, which initially starts as a problem of insulin resistance caused by the failure of insulin receptors to bind with insulin, progresses into hypercholesterolemia, as the function of regulating cholesterol in the blood is lost over time. And as a result of hypercholesterolemia, the viscosity of the blood increases, leading to a gradual progression of hypertension becoming more severe. Chronic diseases such as hypertension, hyperlipidemia, diabetes, fatty liver, stroke, and various malignancies, which require continuous medication, are diseases that occur as a result of this ongoing process. Furthermore, most chronic diseases ranging from hypertension, hyperlipidemia, diabetes, fatty liver, stroke, to various malignancies that require continued medication are diseases that occur as a result of this ongoing process. They are often referred to as intractable diseases, meaning that even with the most advanced medical treatments, they are difficult to cure. They share a commonality that they arise from maintaining unhealthy lifestyles over a long period of time, repeatedly. Yes, we sometimes refer to these chronic diseases as lifestyle diseases, because they are often caused by long-term unhealthy lifestyle habits. Today, let's take a look at 9 symptoms that can lead to serious chronic diseases if ignored and left untreated. The first symptom that can lead to serious chronic diseases if ignored or left untreated is digestive discomfort. The digestive organs responsible for digesting and absorbing food, such as the stomach, large intestine, small intestine, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas, are controlled by the autonomic nervous system and secrete digestive juices and various hormones to perform digestive functions. However, the occurrence of symptoms of indigestion means that there is a problem with the process of digesting and absorbing food, which is under the control of the autonomic nervous system and is influenced by various hormones. Therefore, ignoring chronic digestive symptoms is equivalent to leaving the functional problems of the autonomic nervous and hormonal systems unchecked. This can result in a breakdown of our body's automatic homeostasis regulation system, making us more susceptible to various diseases. Therefore, it is desirable to actively manage our lifestyle habits to avoid prolonged indigestion symptoms. The second symptom that can lead to serious chronic illnesses if ignored or left untreated is chronic fatigue. Chronic fatigue, which refers to symptoms of feeling tired no matter how much sleep you get and not being able to alleviate fatigue even with rest. There are studies suggesting that chronic fatigue is caused by an imbalance of the ACTH hormone, which plays an important role in responding to physical and mental stress. Dr. Enz of Trier University in Germany conducted a test on 20 patients with chronic fatigue and 20 healthy individuals, revealing this fact. The experimental results showed that patients with chronic fatigue all had a decrease in the concentration of ACTH hormone in their bloodstream after experiencing stress. The ACTH hormone is secreted from the anterior pituitary gland in the hypothalamus of the brain, which stimulates the adrenal cortex. It plays a role in promoting the secretion of cortisol, also known as the stress hormone, from the adrenal gland when a stressor is present. In addition, chronic fatigue can occur even with various diseases such as thyroid dysfunction, diabetes, liver cirrhosis, and malignant tumors, so if tiredness symptoms persist for a long time, they should not be ignored. The third symptom that can lead to serious chronic illness if ignored or neglected as a minor symptom is sleep disorder symptoms. In order to maintain a good sleep state, conditions such as increased activity of the parasympathetic nervous system, decreased activity of the sympathetic nervous system, and smooth secretion of melatonin hormone should be well established. If someone is experiencing sleep disorders, it means that the autonomic nervous system, composed of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, does not function properly, and the hormone system, including melatonin hormone, also does not function properly. Therefore, the fact that one is suffering from a sleep disorder also means that there is a higher likelihood of exposure to various diseases, due to the impairment of the homeostatic regulatory function. The fourth symptom that can lead to serious chronic illnesses if ignored and left untreated is gastrointestinal disorders. To ensure smooth bowel function, the large intestine needs to perform active peristalsis movements. And the peristalsis movement of the large intestine requires an increase in activity of both the sacral parasympathetic nerves and the vagus nerves originating in the brain. Furthermore, considering the research results that the oxytocin hormone, known as the uterine contraction hormone, is involved in the peristalsis movement of the colon, problems with bowel function can also be attributed to a complex impairment of the autonomic nervous system and hormone system regulation. Therefore, chronic bowel dysfunction can also be seen as a problem that arises from the malfunction of the automatic regulatory system. And if left untreated, it can lead to various diseases. The fifth symptom that can lead to serious chronic illnesses if ignored or neglected is urinary dysfunction. Issues with urinary function can be caused by various parts of the body, including the kidneys, bladder, ureters, and prostate. Having urinary dysfunction means that there is a problem with the autonomic nervous system that regulates the functions of all these organs, such as the kidneys, bladder, ureters, and prostate. In addition, in men, the enlargement of the prostate due to hormonal influence can also lead to urinary dysfunction. In women, if the size of the uterine fibroids becomes too large, it can press on the bladder and cause problems with urination. Therefore, if urinary dysfunction persists for a long time, it is important to visit a nearby hospital to undergo a thorough diagnosis and ensure there are no other underlying conditions. The sixth symptom that can lead to serious chronic diseases if ignored and left untreated is mood disorders. Depression or a state of emotional instability is generally associated with an excessive increase in sympathetic nervous system activity and a decrease in parasympathetic nervous system activity. In addition, when observing the blood test results of people who complain of depression, an increase in thyroid hormones or cortisol hormones is often observed. Depression is a representative disease caused by problems in the autonomic nervous system and hormonal system. So, there are many studies on the relationship between depression and various chronic diseases, such as depression and diabetes, depression and fatty liver, depression and malignant tumors, depression and hyperlipidemia, depression and hypertension, depression and obesity, etc. Therefore, repeated and persistent mood disorders should not be taken lightly and overlooked. The seventh symptom that can lead to serious chronic diseases if ignored and left untreated is edema or swelling. Edema is often a secondary symptom that arises due to various organ abnormalities such as heart, kidney, liver, etc. In addition, edema can occur due to impaired water metabolism function as a result of decreased homeostasis. If edema occurs frequently, it is important to closely observe whether there is an underlying condition in other organs. The eighth symptom that can lead to serious chronic diseases if ignored and left untreated is heart palpitations. The heart rate is increased by sympathetic nervous system activation and decreased by parasympathetic nervous system activation. The regular heartbeat of the heart requires a well-maintained autonomic nervous system control function. If the heart beats irregularly without any apparent reason, it is likely to be a symptom of arrhythmia caused by a problem in the autonomic nervous system control function. Therefore, if unexplained palpitations occur repeatedly, it is advisable to have a thorough examination to check for any other problems with the heart. And finally, the ninth symptom that can lead to serious chronic diseases if ignored and left untreated is abnormality in sweating. Symptoms such as menopause in women, which involve a rapid change in the hormonal system, or conditions like hyperhidrosis that involve problems with autonomic nervous system function can cause abnormalities in sweating. Therefore, if you experience sudden and excessive sweating or dry and rough skin due to a lack of sweating, it can be considered as a problem that arises from dysfunction in the regulation of the autonomic nervous system and hormone system. If there is a sudden change in the pattern of sweat secretion, causing discomfort in daily life, it should be considered that there may be a problem with the function of the autonomic nervous system and hormones. And it is important to accurately identify and eliminate my unhealthy lifestyle habits that limit homeostasis. So far, we have examined minor symptoms that can potentially lead to serious illnesses if they are overlooked or brushed aside. No matter how minor the symptom may seem, it should not be ignored if it is caused by dysfunction in the autonomic nervous system and hormone system, which are responsible for maintaining homeostasis in our body. If left untreated for a prolonged period of time, the breakdown of homeostasis and the decrease in immune function can increase the likelihood of contracting various diseases. Therefore, if the various symptoms mentioned today are frequently repeatedly observed in daily life, do not pass them off lightly as if they are insignificant. You must find and improve the unhealthy lifestyle habits that cause such symptoms. I hope that you all can become individuals who actively improve their lives by sensitively accepting the various structural signals that our body sends us, without ignoring them. With that, we'll end today's video. If today's video was helpful, please don't forget to hit the subscribe and like buttons, and also turn on the notification bell. The strength of both spirit and flesh. Health Booster.